yourself in with them. I'll make sure you rot down here.
Take this! Oh, that's what we want to hear.
Charge exposed. Charge transfer activated.
You're fucking kidding.
Hey, what's up, agents? How y'all doing? Hope everybody's hanging in there, being as safe as you guys need to be. So today I want to bring an interesting challenge. We've done lots of sort of no-gun challenges and stuff. We've done a lot of like inferior gear challenges. But today I wanted to do a no guns, no damage skills, solo heroic run. We're going to run Lincoln Memorial.
Agent Charge
Okay, so
compromised.
2 quick caveats. One is we're going to be using grenades to open up the doors. I'm not allowed to shoot the little junction boxes, so we will permit the use of concussion grenades for that. The second part is that the EMP, technically it's a no damage skill, but keep in mind the EMPs will damage certain things like drones, the war dogs, and certain electrical things will take actual damage. As well as shock will actually do damage. If the war dogs run over one of the shock traps, it will do a bit of damage there. So while technically these are no damage skills, you will see some damage at the end. But ultimately what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get to the very end of this, and we're aiming for 0% accuracy, meaning we did not fire a single shot. And as we are going to be running the jammer pulse and the shock trap solely, you notice we're not going to have a damage skill. So everything is going to be done with this. The one advantage we have is the exposure event is on. So as we move back and forth, this will disrupt. Because we're using the vial mask, this will actually do damage as well. So we're going to take that and we're going to use it to our advantage. The only problem that I think we're going to have in this run, you will probably see this, is if we run into dogs. And dogs aren't so bad, but the juggernauts. The big juggernauts, we have no way. You know, they have 50 plus million in heroic. And so all we're going to have is the tick damage over time. That's the only sort of damage we're going to have. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's quickly talk about the build here before we get on in there. So for our quest to hit 0% accuracy while completing a solo heroic mission, we're going to choose the technician for the different advantages like the amped, Faraday field, overclock CPU. It'll also give us dismantling, which will help a little bit against the dogs and the drones. All right, the mainstay of our gear, we're going to be using the Vial Exotic. Now, the Vial, when you apply a status effect, the Toxic Delivery Talent will then cause a debuff to the target. The damage they take will be based on 50% of your concussive grenade damage. We'll get into that in a second. And then that is buffed by the amount of status effects that you have. So we have a couple different methods for kicking that up. Now we're going to mix the vial with the Eclipse protocol. I'm going to do some testing around. Right now the Eclipse protocol seems to be working best, but I do want to try some other gear sets. The big bonus we're going to get from the Eclipse protocol is the indirect transmission. When an enemy dies, it will spread that status effect to the other enemies in the area. And this will then also proc that vial, so it'll get that additional debuff going, so they will take damage from the non-damage skills. Now, while using the 4 pieces of the Eclipse protocol, we are going to elect for the backpack. In almost every other build, I elect not to go with this for something else. However, in this build, the backpack nets us an amplified damage bonus of 30% to any status affected target. So that means while they are under a status effect, the debuff from the vial will do bonus damage. Now we're going to make sure that we have status effects on every piece of gear that we have. As far as the mods, we're going to run 1 armor on kill mod on the chest piece so that I can get a little bit of armor back. I don't have any regeneration method other than that and the armor kits that I have. One thing to note is since we're using the technician, we have the amped, I was able to roll one of the Eclipse protocols that had perfect status effect on it to Armor Core. So that way we do have a little bit more survivability there. It's not essential that you do that. You can even roll it into Weapon Core if you wanted some bonus damage. Since we're not going to be shooting any guns, of course, armor's our go-to there. Now, the main way that we're going to buff the damage of this build is electing for a China Light chest piece. The China Light will add 15% explosive damage. This will buff the base damage of our concussion grenade from 1.4 to 1.6 million damage. Since our toxic delivery debuff is based on half of our concussive grenade damage, that means rather than having a 700,000 base damage is working off of, we have an 800,000 base damage. So that's significant. Now we're also, of course, going to have status effects on here. I have skill damage because I use this chest piece in other builds. You could elect to roll it for skill haste if you wanted to do the no damage skill build. This is fine the way it is. But the big one is glass cannon. This gets us that additional 25% bonus amplified damage at the cost of us taking 50% additional damage from all sources. This is a trade-off. Since we're not shooting at things, we're going to be remaining in cover, doing cover-to-cover moves. I'm not too worried about it. This is really the only way to buff the damage on the chest of the toxic delivery debuff. There's no other way we can do that. All right, now let's quickly go over the weapons. The primary weapon I'm going to have in my hand is going to be a shotgun. You can use any one. I have the Black Market Sausage. But any shotgun, what you want is a combination of max damage to armor of 12%. You want to have damage to targets out of cover. Both of these will buff that debuff damage of the toxic delivery from the vial. In addition, you want to have perpetuation on it. That means every 20 seconds you can proc perpetuation, which adds 50% status effect damage and duration. The duration's not so big. We want our durations to last about 10 seconds, no more than that, because we want to constantly be able to reapply the debuff. However, that 50% status effect damage, as when you read into the vial, it actually buffs that vial damage as well. So simply having the shotgun in our hand also increases the damage output we're doing significantly. Now, I do have the capacitor. If we're doing a gun build, and you got to blast somebody down, if you actually have to use your weapon, this is going to be your best choice right there. Now, the two skills that we're going to be using shock traps for the full-on area denial to proc shock and give that toxic delivery debuff. We're going to be putting out 16 traps. Each of these has a shock duration base of 8.4 seconds. Now, anybody who's not foolish enough to walk into our traps, who decides that they want to hide, however, they happen to be within 36 meters of us, we got our jammer pulse. So the jammer takes 2 seconds to charge fully, then it will reach its maximum 36 meter range. Anybody in there will be disrupted by the EMP for 8.4 seconds is the base. This again will proc the toxic delivery debuff to anybody within that range. Now, lastly to note, it is exposure. So this means as we are out of cover or as we're in cover but doing cover-to-cover moves, we will build exposure. When that's full and we move, it transfers that to the targets, which will give them a disrupt debuff. That also, as you see in the gameplay, will be proccing the vial as well. So, unfortunately, you don't have that all the time. That makes it much easier to take down any juggernauts you're fighting. Juggernaut battles will be even longer than here, and as you guys see, I have to speed up all the Juggernaut battles just because it takes so long. That being said, the build totally works, totally viable. I got through this. It wasn't even that hard. It just took a little while. So, if you guys find this interesting, you learn anything new, you guys got any cool ideas, please let me know. Smash that like button would be greatly appreciated.
Charge transfer.
Hopefully by now I've earned you guys subscriptions. Best thing you do to help my channel, share the video, and yeah, leave any comments, anything you want to see, anything you do different down below, and you agents be as safe as you need to be, and we will let this roll out. Catch you all in the dark zone. Peace out, everybody.
Now bleed out!
Agent charge compromised. Charge transfer activated.
It's time! That timer will save you! This is it!
I'm reloading. Laying down.
Lost my target! You're fucking kidding me! Get back!
Activated charge transfer. Vital signs critical.
Christ.
Stay the fuck away.
Unloading on target!
Charge exposed. Charge transfer activated.
All clear. I repeat, compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
I knew it.
Agent charge compromised. Charge transfer initiated.
You're gonna die today.
You're dead meat!
Charge transfer initiated.
He's down! Answer me! Let's go!
Charge transfer activated. Agent charge compromised.
Trusons have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on this location. Stay alert. I don't know what you're walking into.
Charge compromised. Charge transfer activated. Charge transfer initiated. Charge transfer activated. Charge exposed. Charge transfer activated. Charge transfer activated.
According to the schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
Charge compromised. Charge transfer activated. Charge transfer activated.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck you! You slot yourself in with them. I'll make sure you rot down here.
Take this!
That's what we want to hear.
Charge exposed. Charge transfer activated.
You fucking kid!
Charge exposed.
I'm gonna...
Charge transfer initiated. Charge exposed.
Let's see what's wrong. We head down next time.
Charge transfer activated.
Back off! How do you like this? Take it easy, I'm here. Next time, don't be shocked.
Charge exposed. Activated charge transfer. Agent charge compromised.
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.
If you hadn't stopped them, I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
Today, we dealt a great blow to the True Sun's infrastructure. We confiscated a massive cache of chemical weapons and eliminated a stronghold near the campus. You should be proud. You saved a lot of lives today.
Alright, so you guys see 0% accuracy. So, build works great. As you see, we do some skill damage, quote, because the shock traps and the EMP do cause damage to certain enemies. So, although these are technically no damage skills, they actually do some damage. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all be as safe as you need to be out there, and we will check you in the dark zone. Peace out.